Appreciate the analysis, Joe. So knowing what the legal rules say, we'll see what Judge Cannone does today when she's going to hear arguments from both sides about whether we should even get to the point of a hearing. And while that's going on, of course, there's the story of Jennifer McCabe and where she fits in with the victim's family, the O'Keefes. And John DePietro, this is where I want to turn to you. You've really dug deep. You've talked to a lot of people on this case. You know a lot about it. What have you come to learn about Jennifer McCabe and her relationship with the O'Keefes and with our victim, John O'Keefe?
Julie, Jen McCabe, she was friendly with John's sister. One of her children is best friends with the niece of John O'Keefe. Jen McCabe, mother of four, fifth grade teacher. Her and her husband, Matt, very active in the community. They're the type of people you want, and they're a strength in a community. But Jen McCabe, Julie, it doesn't stand to reason, as Joe said. If anyone stands back, for her to be lying in bed wondering, gee, I wonder how long our friend, John O'Keefe, who she was the last one texting with, she was the one that was really friendly with John. She was the one, she had the good friendship with him. For her to be wondering, gee, I wonder if he's going to freeze to death on my brother-in-law's lawn, it just doesn't stand to reason. Jen McCabe was also the one that when John O'Keefe's sister tragically passed away, her niece spent a lot of time at Jen McCabe's home. Jen McCabe also lost her mother when she was at a young age. It is brutal what she has gone through. But this is the cornerstone. I would argue, Julie, this is the cornerstone of the conspiracy. They've had merchandise, they had a billboard, they had T-shirts. This is what convinced a lot of people that this Google search at 227 had happened. And I believe that, Hank Brennan has really torn it apart. Anyone that's objective will see that there's no way, and this was a confusion the defense put forward with Richard Green.
Great points, John. And going back to the story when we remind ourselves and refresh our memories, because it's been a while, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was Karen Read who frantically had John's niece call Jennifer McCabe in the middle of the night. Karen Read didn't have her number, but John's niece did because of that close relationship that you just described. And it was the first time Karen Read changed her story was with Jen McCabe, was it not? She initially said, I dropped him off at the waterfall, haven't seen him since. And then Jen said, no, I saw your car outside of 34 Fairview.
That's exactly right, Julie. And then Karen Read began to, try to piece together and come up with a different story. This is also, I think it speaks volumes that both Jen McCabe and Kerry Roberts, this is in the middle of a blizzard, it's freezing out, early morning hours. They drop everything to go with her, to look for John O'Keefe. But make no mistake about it. Jen McCabe, Julie, there's no way. They were a cornerstone. John O'Keefe, in raising a niece and nephew, they depended on people like Jen McCabe and Matt McCabe and people like that saw that this was a guy trying to do the right thing. And how many times, did the niece stay over at their home, and they were always trying to, be helpful to him. So the idea that they somehow took part in this conspiracy, this hoax to actually take his life, it just isn't plausible. And I think Hank Brennan will diffuse the confusion that Richard Green has put forward.
I think you're exactly right, John. That's a great prediction. We should see it this morning, perhaps as soon as this kicks off, and appreciate the insight because the attacks on Jennifer McCabe have been disgusting, unwarranted. She's a witness who did a good deed. And like the old saying goes, no good deed goes unpunished. Everyone that I've spoken to, and I haven't spoken to nearly as many people as you have, John, who knows her, knows of her reputation in the community, it says what a lovely woman she is and what a loving person, and that these attacks are completely unwarranted.